The past few days have not been very good for Twitter because they are under heavy fire right now, and rightfully so. Not only for the decision to seemingly hamper free speech here in America, but also in China, where they are actively taking measures to help the Chinese Communist Party. You know, China, where so many people are operating basically as slave labor to make those iPhones that people love so much. And of course, Elon Musk has called them out for his actions directly taken to affect Twitter in America. And now Ron DeSantis himself is getting in on this action. Ron DeSantis slams Apple as a vassal of the CCP after it limits airdrop on Chinese phones. And again, it's not only about this. Ron DeSantis also spoke about Apple threatening to take down Twitter, threatening Elon Musk with deplatforming. We heard that from Elon Musk himself the other day. He puts this out yesterday. Apple has mostly stopped advertising on Twitter. Do they hate free speech in America? What's going on here at Tim Cook? And a lot of yesterday, he was talking with a variety of different people that have been censored by Apple for one reason or another. And then he let this slip. Apple has also threatened to withhold Twitter from its app store, but won't tell us why. Absolutely insane that Apple would even threaten to do that. It's nonsensical, but of course, it does make sense if you're talking about big tech censorship, big tech control, not just here in America, but obviously what's going on abroad. And Ron DeSantis echoed a lot of people's thoughts when he slammed them today. Listen to this. This is from Benny Johnson. It's from Ron DeSantis.
There's reports that Apple is not allowing the protesters to use this airdrop function where they're trying to communicate. That obviously is providing aid and comfort to the CCP. And so you see that report, and that's very concerning. And then when you also hear reports that Apple is threatening to remove Twitter from the App Store because Elon Musk is actually opening it up for free speech and is restoring a lot of accounts that were unfairly and illegitimately suspended for putting out accurate information about COVID. That's like one of the main things that's being reinstated.
He brings up a great point. When you look at both of these things, on opposite sides of the world, Apple is actively taking steps to help the Chinese Communist Party by limiting the amount of people who can speak because they have a vested interest in making sure the people in China don't act up too much. Because right now, what we're seeing happen in China, this zero COVID bullshit that's happening, we've seen it for a long time. The people in China treated like absolute garbage by their government. And now Apple is actively trying to help the Chinese Communist Party by helping to limit the amount that these protesters can actually speak to each other, can spread information, can get information out of China. And then on the other hand, here in America, they're threatening to take Twitter off the App Store for legitimately no reason. Elon Musk is doing nothing wrong, nothing that deserves to be deplatformed from the App Store. They were fine when there was tons of CP out there on Twitter. Elon Musk comes and cleans that up. All of a sudden, with no CP on the platform, Apple suddenly wants to ban it. Weird how that works, but let's let Ron DeSantis continue.
So many things these experts were wrong at, and you had people on Twitter that were calling that out. And Twitter, the old regime in Twitter, their response was to try to just suffocate the dissent. And Elon Musk knows that's not a winning formula, and so he's providing free speech. And so if Apple responds to that by nuking them from the App Store, I think that would be a huge, huge mistake. And it would be a really raw exercise of monopolistic power that I think would merit a response from the United States Congress. And so don't be a vassal of the CCP on one hand and then use your corporate power in the United States on the other to suffocate Americans and try to suppress their right to express themselves. And so I'm glad things are changing at Twitter. And I know there's a lot of work to do with big tech generally, but this is big progress, and we're really happy that is now happening.
I think this is something really important that is being talked about right now, not just by Ron DeSantis, but by so many people. Big tech censorship was a massive problem over the last several years. I think it's one of the biggest differences between 2016 and the past couple years, because even when there is stuff that goes on, whether it's stuff like COVID, whether it's stuff like elections, if you speak out about it, boom, you get banned. Not a problem. They're going to just take care of that, because I think the left, the people in the mainstream media, the people in big tech, I think they all saw the impact that alternative platforms, alternative media sites had on that 2016 election. I think they said, we're not going to let this happen again. And as a result, we've seen the heavy censorship that has taken place since then. It is such an important thing going forward for people to speak out about. And what Apple is doing single-handedly as this massive conglomerate trying to stifle speech in China and trying to stifle speech here in America, that needs to fucking stop. And it's good that so many people are out there calling this out and talking about it, including Ron DeSantis, including Elon Musk, and a lot of other people need to get on board. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.